And we're live. Episode 4.
I was ready.
I think we're back. Dude, you have so much dog hair on your legs. That's
well,
insane.
I live with a dog, and yeah, but
I actually I love big dogs, and but they all like shed so much.
is that an issue? I don't. Sorry, I'm not.
It kind of, but like
They
also
have
I could
things to
look past
combat.
it.
I've looked past it. I don't even notice it anymore, to be honest.
Yeah, I think it's just on like black stuff.
Yeah,
That you actually
this is like
see it.
super staticky, so
Yeah, I mean,
that's also
you took off your shirt just before, and it was like you were being electrocuted.
yeah. Well, I'm Electro from Spider-Man.
Oh yeah, that's right. You're like Jamie Foxx.
Yeah.
Welcome back. We had a lot going on in between episodes, so it might be a little bit delayed, but life happens, right?
This is our throwback comfort episode.
This is our throwback. I dressed as a carpet of a bowling alley.
Yeah, nice. And I just came back from a ski trip from 1972.
Yeah. So we're both in our bag right now.
Yeah, exactly. We're right at home.
And you might notice something's a little bit different about the setup. And that's because it is.
We have a new rookie.
We revamped the whole damn thing.
We actually have a starting 5 of rookies right now.
Yeah.
The first 4 really stick out. We'll leave the 5th one for everybody to find, I think.
It's a little Easter egg.
It's one of those Easter eggs that's right in front of you, but
it's the Easter egg on the map that you figure out on your own before you look up the tutorial.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you like load in and it's like you're like, oh hey.
You're like, I'm starting to figure. I think I've finished step 1 already by myself.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly.
We put up one picture and we're like, okay, this is like we got the ball rolling.
Yeah, it was an avalanche.
It was an avalanche to say the least. We found one and then we're like, this needs just like a little bit more, and then we found 4 more.
And then we found Paris, which was quickly dethroned as like next up when we found Mushroom Ladies, and then
Mushroom Ladies was my first. We found New York first, and then I stumbled upon Mushroom Ladies, and I thought that was fantastic. And then I almost said like, I have a way with design. I have a way with seeing things.
Yeah.
It's just something, it's just one of those born gifts, right?
Of
that
course.
I have.
Yeah.
I have a few of those.
Mm-hmm.
Actually quite a few, but this is one, one of many.
This just really showed its head today.
I have some sort of, I can look at a wall and I see this needs to go here. This is here. So we spent the last like hour of just changing the feng shui of the room. And I got to say, the energy is fantastic.
It's buzzing in here.
It's buzzing.
You could, the electricity on me.
Yeah, it was literally
quite a metaphor for
literally buzzing, mate.
Or what were we saying before when we were doing the our audio testing? What was it?
I couldn't even tell you.
Out? No, it wasn't.
Oh, the way that I said about, or I said about,
yeah, but it doesn't matter. Anyways,
we're too Canadian. But we lined up Ryan in the back. We got our picture set up, and I think it just looks fantastic. We have Zach's got the sporty guy side. I'm like more pop culture, and then we kind of meet in the middle with Ryan.
There are days where I might want to be on the pop culture side, though.
And fuck
I'm
it,
worried about that.
Why do we not flip every now and then?
We should try it out.
We really should.
Not right now.
No, not right now. Of course not right now. But
I love that side.
Yeah.
I love it.
There's something about, there's a slight angle in the wall, and I feel at home.
Yeah.
It
brings us
angle.
closer.
Yeah.
Somehow.
There's almost like a scary corner behind you, and I like don't want you to look back there.
Yeah.
You might
and I
scare
haven't
yourself.
looked back there.
Yeah. Like
I haven't looked. I don't know. I have no idea what's back there.
I don't know what's back there, but it's scary because I'll step on like a few pretzels on the way to this chair here. So it's like God
someone's
knows,
trying to lure us. Into
someone's trying
corner.
to, exactly. They're leaving little nibbles for us to go back there.
And there were nails.
There were nails right behind me. So God knows what's back there.
Ryan knows.
Ryan does know. Ryan does know.
He kind of controls the situation back here. I don't know if he was aware about the pretzel issue.
Yeah, that was a big problem. I was crunching on pretzels earlier. But that's neither here nor there. I love that saying.
Needless to say, we're excited for the
new. Needless to say,
we're excited for the new background
you
here.
could put that before any sentence, and it's like that is valid.
Needless
it's
to say,
valid in any sentence ever. So I wanted to start today because I haven't even talked to you about your New York trip. You went on New York after our last episode.
Yeah.
And I didn't even get all of your like bashings and your thoughts.
My bashings, yeah.
I didn't get all of that, so I need to get it now. I need my fix.
Okay. So number one, I was kind of concerned that you didn't ask me how New York was, since we've been hanging out for like 2 hours at this point.
I briefly asked you when you were there. Did I not? I texted you a couple times, but maybe it wasn't about that.
Maybe.
I asked you a question about your VR headset that you let me borrow.
Yeah, and then you were like, "Oh yeah, how's New York?" Is like a, it's just like a, like a, I don't even know, like a respect thing. That you're like, you don't actually care, but it's like,
I feel like
you have to ask because I'm kind of sitting there like in New York, and I'm like
jealous. That's why.
Okay, well, but then I was like, he's probably just saving it for the pod, which is fine. I love New York.
Yeah.
It smells like piss, but that's like I could deal with that.
It adds to the experience.
It wouldn't be New York if it didn't smell like piss.
Yeah, I get that.
I love all the old subway stations. I'm a subway station nerd. I just love them.
Yeah.
Something about them. I can map my way around New York City on the subway just by reading the signs. Don't need a phone. Don't need
Good for you.
I just look at the map. We need to go here.
Good for you. I mean, that's your natural
gift.
That's like, one of your gifts.
Exactly. Kind of like how you just looked at this and then it appeared.
Right.
I kind of look at the subway map and then all of a sudden we're on Broadway.
Yeah.
It's kind of just how that goes.
You just know your way around town.
Broadway sucks.
Broadway?
Sucks.
Really?
Not for me.
Okay, so Broadway is a street. Is it just one street?
Okay, well, Broadway is a street that cuts through the entire city, but the Broadway you see on the Instagram with the big lights and the big ads. Although, have you seen that one at? I've been snapping at you a lot today. I'm sorry.
You're snapping at me, and it's like I'm a dog.
I do live with a dog, so it's kind of like. And then she's not in the room; she's locked away today.
Yeah.
She's not locked away. She's upstairs with. Yeah. Anyways.
You know who I feel like right now? Just a quick cutaway. I feel like I used to call this guy that I worked with in landscaping, I used to call him Chew Toy because he looked like because
he looked like a chew toy.
He looked like a very limp guy who didn't like care about anything, and like if his dog chewed on his arm, he just wouldn't be bothered.
Noticed or like didn't care.
No,
not a care.
And I never called it to his face, but I said to everyone that's Chew Toy, and they all got a good kick out of that.
Nice. That felt good for you.
That was my favorite nickname to call someone ever.
That's a good one. Chew Toy. That's good.
Anyways, continue.
So yeah, how you see on Instagram like that one ad board where it's like almost like a live one where like
yeah.
That was cool.
That it comes out like 3D.
That was cool. Yes.
Yeah.
Although I don't really remember the ad. It wasn't anything like that, but I looked at it. I was like, oh, that is the one, and it had like something like crawling around inside, or there was like a shoe or something. I can't remember what it was.
I love that. Yeah.
It was busy as fuck because it was the day we left was the day before Thanksgiving.
Right. Canadian or American?
American Thanksgiving.
American, right.
By the way, I don't know if I have a bigger pet peeve in this world than people cutting a line.
That's yeah, I see
especially at the airport. Like there was a group of 4 and 2 of them were moms and they had the glasses and they had the,
right.
You could get a good idea of the type of
I'm picturing it now.
Yeah. They had like kind of curly hair, wavy curly hair.
Right.
And the fact they wanted to cut in line in front of everybody really tells you a lot about the kind of person they are. But it's like, they're like, oh, we have a flight to catch. It's like, oh, really?
So you're entitled to just butt ahead
So
of
it's
me
your
then.
turn now?
Yeah, I don't want to get into my flight anyways on time.
And so That was a pet peeve. I haven't thought about that once until right now.
So did they just like
they were like, oh no, somebody told us we could cut through, and then as they were ducking through the stanchions or whatever, those rope stanchions.
Oh yes, yeah.
The security guy was like, hey, where are you going? And they were like, oh, somebody told us to cut through. He's like, no, they didn't.
That's crazy.
And then, but
good for him.
They just, well, he kind of pussied out though, because he just stopped them where they were, but they cut probably 100 people, including me.
Jeez.
And my blood was boiling.
Dude.
And I want to say something so bad every time in those, but it's just not going to be worth it.
Dude.
It's not going to be.
And this was at the airport?
Yeah, on the way to New York.
Jesus, man. Airports and planes, the whole thing, there's always problems. That's
every
sucks.
Time. But I don't want to get into that too much because we're running this airplane situation through the.
It just gets me so livid. Just
and it's exciting too. I get to take another airplane at Christmas, so I'm sure there's going to be an issue there as well.
Where are you going now?
Arizona.
You know what? I can't even be mad at that. You do that every year.
I do.
Yeah.
So that
I should have expected that.
That's like a mandated. That's like when we signed the contract to do this podcast together, that was already in it. So you knew that already.
Yeah, I did. Yep.
What else about New York? I mean, the buildings. Every time I look at them, I'm like, how is my biggest question. Especially some of the older ones.
Yeah.
It's like
they're that big, huh?
I know, and like you can't explain it until you see it.
And I still haven't been there, so like I do want to go. And this is what, your second time?
It is my second time, yeah.
Damn, man.
And I would go again.
And would you say what did you eat? Did you eat like the classic pizza slice?
Yeah, we had pizza. We had, I didn't get a street dog because you don't do that apparently.
Really?
Well, the one lady I talked to from Long Island said to get one, but you take 2-second look at that thing and
gross.
Can't do it.
I feel like there's so many vendors though. When I picture the streets,
there is. You're correct on that.
Yeah. But they all look like distasteful.
Well, because they have like display foods on the outside, and it says like obviously we're not serving that, but.
Right.
It looks like crap.
I just get a grungy vibe.
Yeah, it's very grungy.
Yeah.
And you take 2 seconds to look at the guy that's serving you the hot dog. This guy, there's no chance he washed his hands.
He like scratches his ass and then flips your dog with his hand, and then it might drop it on the ground.
Yeah, but he'll pick it up. Yeah. Didn't see any rats.
Really?
Didn't see any.
Any Ninja Turtles?
No. I don't think so.
Okay.
I did see Spider-Man. He was a really cool guy.
That's sweet. Yeah.
I told him we have that in our studio. But he offered to sign it, but I'm like, Spider-Man, it's in the studio. I don't have it in my pocket.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Also, where are you gonna sign it? On his foot?
Well, right on the eye.
Oh, right.
That's where he always signs it. You didn't know that?
Yeah. Okay.
You knew that.
Yeah, of course.
And who else did I see? I saw Bumblebee and Megatron from Transformers.
Oh, dope.
They all just hang out in on Broadway there.
Yeah.
Bumblebee was kind of an asshole, surprisingly, but whatever. I don't want to get into that. I don't want to get into that.
Interesting. I do want to dive into that, maybe off camera.
Yeah. We could edit the part out where I tell you.
There might be some slurs involved with Bumblebee.
Not from me, but from him.
Right.
Not from me.
Allegedly.
Anyways, we don't have to get into that.
Any celebs? Spot any celebs?
Other than Spider-Man and Bumblebee and Megatron? Not really, no. Unless you count, going to a hockey game and seeing.
Yeah, so you went. You did the hockey game. We did
the Giants.
I actually didn't even know you did the hockey game. You did the Rangers game before the football game.
The Rangers game was after.
Oh, after. Okay.
Also, before we lose our train of thought on food.
Yeah.
The New York bagel.
I've heard good things.
What a fucking yeah.
Is it okay? Is it the classic everything bagel? Like, is that what you got?
I did get that once. Found a bit messy.
Okay.
A bit messy when I'm on the go.
Yeah.
It's different when I'm, at home and can kind of clean it up but it got it all over my hands. There's no.
Yeah.
It was So the first time I did the sesame.
Yep.
Or no, the everything. Second day did the sesame with hash brown on.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. Bacon, egg, cheese, hash brown. I think there was and then the cream cheese.
I was gonna ask cream cheese.
Yeah, delightful.
Yep.
Just delightful.
Good.
That was probably my favorite slice of food there was the bagel.
And was it consistent? Did you go to different bagel shops? Or was it the same one both times?
Well, we went to the one 3 times because that was like a hotel, take a right, cross the street, and it's right there.
Yeah.
Lined up like a motherfucker though. But this lady that was slinging out the orders,
quick.
Yeah.
She's been working there since.
I think you could give her any task and she's
just knows how to do
on it. Yeah, it was awesome.
It
was a well-oiled machine, that bagel spot.
That's fantastic. She gets after it.
Yeah. She does get after it.
One guy told me that the other day. I was like, "Do you work out?" He goes,
"Yeah, I
get after it." And I go, "I love that response."
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, it is a good one. Doesn't play all the time though. I feel like we can't overuse that.
That was the first time I've heard it in a long time, and that hit hard.
Yeah.
So you got to be careful. But yeah. Now what I was gonna ask. So you did your bagels. Did you go to a bodega and get like a chopped cheese?
What?
You know the guy. You know the guy who goes, "So, what can I get you?" And then he'll go like, "I'll get the chopped cheese," like Sauce Gardner. You remember when he went to have you seen that video where he goes into the bodega and wants the chopped cheese, and then the guy goes, "All right," and he gives him the chopped cheese, and they got like the flat grills in the back. It's kind of like a convenience store, but
You're talking about a deli?
It's kind of.
No,
but it's not like they'll do like a.
That sounds awesome.
They'll do like a sandwich with like. They'll chop up like hamburgers into like bits, put like peppers on it and cheese and all this shit, and mix it up and chop it up, and then they'll call it like a chopped cheese or like variations of it, and then they'll put it on your sandwich and cut it in half, and they put some crazy shit on there, and they're like, what does he say? Never, you know that guy? Dude, you don't know the bodega?
I feel like I'm really letting you and the listeners down right now.
I thought immediately at the start you would know.
No chance.
Damn.
I got nothing for you there.
That sucks. I feel like everyone else listening knows what
I know. That's what I'm worried about. I feel like I'm letting everybody
right
down
now. Okay,
well,
at least answer my question that you didn't do that, because if you did do that, you would know.
Well, yeah.
But I think I don't think
based
it's
off
just
of me not knowing what you're talking about, I don't think I did that.
Yeah, because that's such a New York culture.
That probably would have stood out to me
for sure.
I'm guessing
for sure. But yeah, I mean that's I immediately thought of that.
That's too bad.
Now, so you did the NFL game, and then Giants got blasted.
Yeah. I've been there twice.
Yeah.
They've lost 70-0 with me in the stands. Now, they scored a touchdown as I was exiting the building, so I don't count that.
Wow.
Because they scored with like 5 minutes left in the fourth quarter or whatever.
Yeah.
But 70-0. I have not seen one Giants fan happy for 1 second in that stadium.
Dude, I hear I hear that so Jets and Giants share the same stadium.
Yeah.
But the prices, especially for beer, are cheaper at a Giants game, I believe, than a Jets game, or it might be vice versa.
Oh,
but they changed the prices of the concession based on the team.
I guess that kind of makes sense though, because like 2 different owners. I'm guessing there's some sort of deal.
It's just kind of weird conceptually. It's
usually
like
the deals are with like the stadium and not the teams.
Usually. I think this was kind of a weird scenario.
But yeah, I remember it's not most stadiums and arenas don't house 2 teams.
Yeah, exactly. Like I remember I looked up beer price, or no, it came across my Twitter feed or something, like beer prices amongst every NFL team, and like Raiders were like the highest because
that's Vegas, baby.
Fucking bougie, and then they just drop a fucking bomb and lose.
They suck.
to every team. The other terrible. But
Well, I was gonna say maybe it's 'cause if one team was better than the other, but
I know
both those New York teams suck.
Yeah,
so.
exactly. So it's like, yeah. But anyways, that seems sick. I would love to. I would love to go to New York. Now, I want to ask you, Chicago or New York?
I guess it maybe depends on what you're trying to do.
Yeah, I think the city itself, like
They're
if you're
very similar in a lot of
like
ways.
the downtown,
like the downtown area in Chicago is basically what New York is the entire way.
Oh, really?
Pretty much.
Interesting.
Like in a very broad sense.
Yeah.
Like the tall buildings mixed with the old ones and the trains up there and all that. It's very similar.
I think Chicago is such a sports city.
Yeah, there's a lot more sport going on in Chicago.
Yeah.
Especially in those downtown areas and
Yeah.
like Wrigleyville and all that.
Wrigleyville was dope.
Dynamite.
Oh my god.
Very cool.
So sick.
But there's more of a arts and fashion scene and just like I almost said tech, but I don't think that's right. It's like I just say tech because of all the like shining bright ads and billboards and all that. You don't see that really in Chicago.
It's more cyberpunk. It's more
instead of
it's more
instead of that,
it's more and less
bingo, exactly that.
If you
That's very accurate.
if you know, you know.
Yeah. And then one last thing on the food, because food was a major thing there.
Yeah.
We had this pasta that they made, like handmade it right in front of you, and then they like twirl it
in the cheese bowl.
Bingo. You saw that video?
I've heard of it.
Well, I went there, and I'll show you the video after.
It's like the place for it?
Did you notice you did it again?
I did, yes. After you paused, I listened. Yeah.
Okay.
It's like I'm falling over on my tea. I just tripped over.
You're just so excited. Your mouth like continues to speak, but your mind is like ready for the answer.
I biffed it over my teas. Yeah, I get it.
Anyways,
I'm an idiot.
That's not what I mean.
Continue.
I just
I'm a fucking loser. Continue.
Yeah, that might have been the best pasta I've ever had in my life.
Wow.
So good.
So and
cheesy.
is it just like the cacio e pepe?
You're doing that on purpose.
That's what it is. Is it not?
I believe it's more of a fettuccine.
So cacio e pepe is,
we get it. You went to Italy.
Is just cheese and pepper.
On noodles.
That's correct.
Yeah, I'd say there was a bit of, I want to say maybe parsley on top.
Yeah.
And some Parmesan cheese on.
You know what kind of cheese it was? The bowl was the cheese bowl.
I believe that was also Parmesan, but I don't know.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Probably.
I think you're right.
I think so.
Dude, did you know that in Italy at some banks they take a giant cheese wheel as collateral? Like if you can't.
Well, those things are expensive.
Yeah, that's why. Yeah. It's basically like if you gave them a Rolex watch as collateral, but they just.
I'd way rather want that cheese wheel than a Rolex watch.
Yeah, and it'd
be sweet.
But then you gotta be careful of those little mice. They'll get in there. They'll
really?
want that cheese wheel.
Oh.
They'll be sniffing around.
No, well, actually, maybe in the winter would probably be even more likely because they got to find a way to get inside too.
Yeah. Also, like, I don't know. Italy's just different. I don't think they have mice over there. But anyways,
I'm sure they do.
Yeah, I don't think they have any mice. But yeah,
I'm positive they have mice.
Yeah, I think
Italy.
they're actually endangered species over there. But yeah, I think that's something that they do.
Nope.
That's something that they do over there, which is pretty cool.
How did we not have rats in Alberta? Have you looked at a world map of where rats exist?
No.
There's might be like 2 other places, and then it's actually just.
Are
like
you serious?
Dead serious.
It's just
Look
blank. It up. That's crazy. I'm looking this up right now.
World map of where rats exist.
World map of rats.
Because you've never seen one here, obviously.
No. I don't think I've ever seen one in person.
I don't understand how they keep them out.
I saw a really weird shaped animal. I thought it might have been like it looked like a big rat. It might have been a possum the other day.
Or
it was
a
in
ferret?
the dark. Could have been a ferret, but like a wild ferret. Dude, you're right.
I know.
No way, man. That's insane. I'm gonna throw the picture up.
Yeah, you have to.
On the pod. That's incredible. It's like the entire world is red except for the province we live in.
I can't believe you have.
No way, man. That is it's the perfect outline of just where we live. That's crazy.
So what's going on there?
Okay, we live in a simulation.
Like us specifically or everybody?
That proves to me we live in a computer simulation. None of this is real.
That makes no sense.
None of this is real.
Like they hit the border and they're like,
we can't go here. Exactly. They're programmed.
Yeah.
You don't understand. They're being programmed. They all have chips in their head.
You're looking at the laptop, but you gotta be looking at the camera.
Yeah. They all have chips in their head. God damn it. There's a force field around our province and they can't even get in.
And you can't get out.
I sound like that's like every like flat earther talking. That's crazy. But that's actually wild. We don't have rats, and I guess that makes sense.
And the world map of it is like makes it even crazier almost.
That's so wild. And also, you know what I saw for the first time in my life like 2 days ago? A partridge. Like a partridge in a pear tree, but it was on my lawn.
What's a partridge?
5 of them. It's like a pheasant.
Okay. Like what? Like
it's like a
I'm not cultured in animals.
It's like a type of pheasant. I think it's like a little. It's like a chubby like bigger-ish bird that like. But I mean, it's you probably have never seen it. You don't ever see them. But I just saw 5 of them on my lawn. And the only reason is because they were in my neighbor's lawn first, and then they like grabbed them and chucked them over the fence into my yard.
They grabbed them?
I don't know that for sure. I think they shooed them over, and they just. Okay. I don't even know if they can fly though.
They're a little too big to fly,
or a partridge fly. I don't know. Also, when I thought about this the other day, complete kind of curveball, but also saying partridge and pheasant reminded me of like, that's just like what golf courses names are.
Oh yeah, I remember we went on a little bit of a, yeah.
That's like Pheasant Hill.
Yeah, or like, just like Sugar Coat,
Yeah, Fox Creek Golf Course.
Yeah. Long Crest.
Long Crest. Feather Ridge.
Yeah. Not on a ridge at all, but just
no. Just a feather on a ridge, and it just sounds like a golf
And then the
course.
one in our city, that's just the Quarry.
The Quarry, yeah, just the one off that just that's not a fucking golf course. Come on, dude. Get with the times, man.
You're going to work at the Quarry. You're not going to golf.
You're not logging in and hitting having a 70 handicap at the Quarry.
No.
You're going to mine. You're going to mine sulfur at
You're
the
going
Quarry.
to the Quarry to, make the golf balls.
You're going to Quarry to get work, dude. I remember when I golfed in...
Paid.
You're going to get popped.
Around that corner and get I could do that all day. It's a problem. It's nice on the ears, though.
It sounds great. That's why I listen to ASMR all the time, man.
I'm sure you do.
You ever listen to that?
No. I can't because then I don't stop.
That sometimes if I can't get to sleep, I listen to that, but I don't listen to that.
Actually, you know what? I just remember why I don't listen to it, because the girls that would have their long nails, and they would go like this to the that is the worst.
Okay. I think there's 2 types of ASMR that exist. There's that, which is like it's like, I don't know what exactly it's called, but it's like the tapping and shit, and like the physical like playing with like
it's
scrunching
wild
stuff.
That people just go on like a TikTok live and just do that for like 4 hours.
And they get a lot of people listening. But the problem is, like, when I mention to people like, yeah, I listen to ASMR, that's what they think of.
Yeah.
And then I feel like an idiot.
Yeah.
That is not what I listen to. My ASMR is like people talking really soft and like having a super gentle voice. Like, I listen to
and that gets you to sleep.
Yeah.
Nice.
I listen to one man in particular, this old British guy, and all he talks about is
David Attenborough.
It's kind of like a David Attenborough, similar sort of vibe. But instead of talking about animals, he talks about Jesus and keeping yourself grounded and all this abstract shit that I don't listen to any word of it. I just listen to his soothing voice.
Yeah, and then how long does it take you to go fall asleep? Man. Like 90 seconds?
A lot of the time I fall asleep and I wake up in the morning and my phone is like under my ass and it's at 2% battery. Yeah. And I'm like, okay, that knocked me out. Does it still play? I have a timer thing. That would be interesting if it would. I have a timer thing on my YouTube where it's like after 30 minutes. It's like you should probably get off the app.
You can just set that on your timer on your phone.
Yeah, like in general. Yeah, I probably should do that.
Speaking of, have you updated your phone yet?
To iOS 18?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I have this written down. Why all of a sudden are my AirPods notifying me of every notification I'm getting?
They're notifying you of every single notification?
All?
Okay, I'm going to be honest. I don't have AirPods.
Somebody sent me a tweet, and it said that they sent me a tweet.
That sucks.
In the middle of a workout.
Sucks.
I was pissed.
That's awful. You have to be able to turn that off.
I turned it off.
It just the fact that they defaulted that.
Yeah, because I knew I had turned it off originally because it was driving me crazy when I don't even want a text message in my AirPods.
Yeah.
Let alone a Twitter notification or X notification.
Right.
I was floored. I was so mad. The first thing I was immediately like, okay, settings, AirPods, turn it off. Can't have it.
Dude,
because I have Siri. Well, we've gotten into that, but
we're talking about Siri. We have a love-hate relationship.
Just hate.
You're mostly hate. I have a love-hate. But it's more of like a...
Sorry, Siri. I know she's listening right now. She on your phone, not mine. I killed my Siri.
The amount of times it comes up on my watch is crazy. I was gonna say, with the iOS 18, I noticed a few different things on it, which was like all right, but I don't know if it was like anything groundbreaking.
The only thing I've done is change all my apps black.
Dude, I've had this black like theme on my phone forever, and now if I go back to white, it's gonna feel weird.
But like my apps are black.
All of your
like
apps,
the icons.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Are black.
That's kind of cool.
That was the only thing that I got from it. But
I was gonna say something else too about my phone. What was I gonna say? It was something groundbreaking. Did I not write it down?
It couldn't have been that groundbreaking.
Yeah, it probably is.
I just want to just reiterate how comfy I am in this sweater right now.
Yeah, I haven't worn this thing in a while, but it's so comfy, man.
Yeah, it's really in season right now.
I wore this out one time, and I thought I was gonna get a lot of compliments on it, and then nobody complimented me, and I haven't worn it since.
Well. The first thing I mentioned when you walked in today was how badly you wanted to get the attention of the camera.
Because it's such a talking piece. And the audacity of nobody at a bar to mention anything.
Because you don't want to start the conversation, but if somebody comes up to you, bang, we're in a conversation about your hoodie or your jacket.
And then and then that just speaks volumes about me because I'm looking for someone I'm looking for someone to talk about it, and then nobody talks about it, and then I get mad, but then I guarantee you if someone came up and talked to me about it, I'm like, this idiot.
Of course you
And then I'll talk to my friends, I'm like, this stupid guy came up to me, man. I started talking about my fucking sweater.
And it's not the guys you're looking to get the conversation.
I know that's the problem. Well, it's just I'm attracting the wrong crowd.
You are.
Yeah, that's all right.
I have a confession.
Yes.
Have you watched Surviving Barstool?
No.
I love Surviving Barstool.
What is this on?
YouTube. On the Barstool YouTube channel.
Oh, yeah.
They do like a Survivor-esque like game show.
Oh.
I am glued to the television.
Really?
It's because the characters they have on there.
Yeah.
What a cast of just wackiness, but it is awesome.
Is it like they're on an island and like have to like how
the island is the office.
Oh, okay.
And they have like a 2-story like boundary zone in their office.
Yeah.
And they have competitions.
Yeah.
And then every episode is a competition. Well, it kind of starts with like kind of outfall from the last episode.
Mm-hmm.
Moving into competition, moving into like tribes, like discussing who they're gonna like vote off and all the gamesmanship in between to the voting. And then like it's so good. There are a lot of dry spots where they're kind of, and they really love to drag it out, but that's with everything, you kind of got to get the minutes up. But it's just incredible,
dude. That
the backstabbing that goes on is so good.
But like, okay, that should be like office culture, should be more of that stuff.
Yes.
You know? Like, why does office culture have to just suck?
Well, their advantage is their content business.
I know that is their productivity.
That is kind of where they get the upper hand
but
there.
It keeps it light, man. That I cannot preach that
these
enough.
guys.
I don't know. I haven't seen the show.
These guys get hot
at
each other, and people are yelling, people are screaming, people are like, "I'm never fucking talking to you again." Blah blah blah.
Man, but it's all like in fun. I don't know. Really?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
I'm not sure. Maybe a little bit. Maybe for some people it's in fun.
Yeah.
But there's like a handful of them that are like actually pissed. Like there's one guy that got voted off, and he like went to pack his shit, and everybody in the room was like, "Oh, sorry, whatever, sorry." Not a word.
Dang.
Not a word. In and out of there, and then they do like the post thing. He's like, "I don't know if I'm ever going to talk to these people ever again."
That's
He's just
crazy.
so mad.
That actually sounds like something I would do.
I would assume half of it is a bit of a work.
Yeah.
Just, but there is a little part of him that's like, fuck these guys. And I cannot get my eyes off of the screen when they put a new episode.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
How many seasons?
I watched last year's and then this year's now, which isn't done yet. But I think there were 2 before that I haven't watched.
Oh, nice. So there's some. So I can jump in now and get a good grip on.
I'd say you could watch any season individually without having to know.
Fantastic.
I'd recommend just starting on the one currently going on.
Yeah.
And then just backtrack if you really love it.
Right.
I'd say this year's is better than last year just with the cast, because like there's guys like Bussin' with the Boys podcast with Will Compton and Taylor Lewan. They're in it. The Spittin' Chicklets guys are on it.
Yeah.
And there's Dave Portnoy's on it. It's good stuff.
That's good stuff.
And there's a lot of funny moments. And
we're gonna make it onto Barstool one day.
Yeah, well, that's why I brought it up. I was just kind of kissing ass.
Just a plug. We'll get on their algorithm now.
Yeah,
that's what it'll.
And they have offices in New York and Chicago, so perfect.
Oh, perfect. We can go back and forth. And we'll figure out which one's better. We'll do a full fucking test.
Yeah,
every week.
But yeah, that's kind of my confession there. I don't tell a lot of people about that.
Yeah.
Because, reality show, especially by myself.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I had to get it off my chest.
Any sins you want to confess?
Let's see. Well,
now that we're in church.
Kind of. I mean, I went to Hot Pot.
Interesting.
Have you been?
I have, but give me your definition of Hot Pot.
So they give you a bunch of like raw food and you boil it.
You put it in the heated hot water.
Yes. Yeah. Well, it's more of a broth.
It's broth. Yes. Correct me. Yes, broth. Forgive me, Father, for I've sinned.
Right.
But I went to Melting Pot. It is
the same thing. I've never been to Melting Pot.
Yeah,
so.
it's very good. Yep.
Unbelievable experience. Changed my life probably.
Fantastic, isn't it?
Very good. Unfortunately, right at the very end, as I'm getting my plates together, I grab the bowl, smack it down. Dump the soup all over my leg. It looked like I just puked everywhere. I was mad.
Was that hot too?
Well, see, it was near the end.
Near the end,
so it wasn't. I mean, it was warm. It wasn't cold. It heated my left leg up like no other. But
that's such a Zach thing to do.
Yeah, I kind of wore that one. Yeah,
just biff it right at the end.
It was. I was doing so good too. I was so complimentary of the place. Yeah, I was so positive the whole time.
And then a blunder right at the
end.
And
I couldn't. And that was after our football game on Sunday. Yeah. So I was kind of tired already. It was like 10:30 by the time we were getting out of there, and I just biffed it. Yeah.
That, you know what? That goes to show. That's, you know how I always am when you have a really good time somewhere and you think, this is too good to be true. Something bad has to happen. And that's what that was.
Yeah. Except for it was kind of the reverse of that, where like I didn't think that way, but after it happened, I'm like, of course it had to happen.
Yeah. Something had to. Your mojo had to get a little bit.
I had to. Yeah, it couldn't be a perfect night for Zach, unfortunately, but
that's dope. Yeah, I did. Okay, tell me. Oh no. Oh shit. Oh fuck. You didn't do the chocolate fondue at the end. That's a problem.
So
that is a problem.
I did not. That's where I was worried that you saying melting pot would be slightly different, because this was a Chinese hot pot.
You're the traditional one. Yeah. And I went to one of those before, and I made the mistake of ordering chicken.
Yeah.
And you don't do that at a hot pot.
I know. I ordered chicken too, and I said,
paranoid.
Never going to do that again, because it comes out. You don't know if it's even been in there.
You overcook the shit out of it to make sure.
Yeah, I left it. Yeah, 100%.
Same with the shrimp.
Don't eat shrimp, but yeah, I can only imagine.
Oh, another thing Zach doesn't eat.
Yeah, well, there's poop in the shrimp that you eat. So
I know, and that's part of the problem is because they don't. I don't think a lot if you go traditional, they don't devein or whatever any of it. So you got to take the poop out. You got to devein that thing. Yeah. And then you tuck it in the water, and then you bring it out, and it's like it
doesn't look good at any point.
That is a bit too much work. I like going when it's like, okay, they've done most of the work for you.
There was a lot of work I had to do.
Yeah.
I will say that.
They put you to work.
That was maybe the downside, but also it was tasty.
Yeah.
Very good. Next time though, agreed. I told everybody I was with, beef 100% of the time.
Just beef. Yeah.
Just beef.
Yep.
No need to get cute.
Pork.
I ordered meatballs, and I'm not doing that again. Same kind of situation with the chicken. It just never looked right.
Really?
But the beef, you take that thing out, you're like, oh yeah, that's ready to be consumed.
Yeah. Melting pot's like the higher end. Like, it's expensive.
Yeah. I got a good deal when we went too, because we went after like 8:30 or something. There was like a $20 for the whole thing
at this place you just went to.
Yeah.
Oh, that's pretty good. Yeah. Little late night hot pot.
Yeah, it's a good deal.
Late night hot pot.
They didn't play the Sunday night football game. They had a basketball on for some reason, but that doesn't.
I'm surprised they played any sports at all. Because also those traditional places, like I've been to a few, and it's usually you're lucky if they have a TV in there.
Yeah,
usually
I was actually. Playing. You're right. That's true. I was surprised. I was just when it's football season, and especially Sunday night football. Let's get the game on, and not the Lakers and Trailblazers. I think was the game.
Yeah. But I'm surprised they didn't have like horse racing on.
Yeah, or baseball.
That's kind of heavy. You ever seen that? Or baseball? You ever see that video of that guy gambling on horse racing, and he stands up and he's like,
Oh yeah, I love that. I love that. I've seen a version of that, if not the exact one.
That's what I think of in a traditional Chinese hot pot restaurant. They're just at the bar watching the horse race. Just
I don't know if a hot pot's the safest place to get wasted and gamble. Though.
Maybe not.
My guess is probably not.
Probably not. I'm thinking a little too traditional. So you have another blind ranking for me.
I was gonna say, should we get into the blind ranking?
Let's get into it. It was a success the last couple of times, and
I had a good time on them.
I'm eager to hear what you've got for me today.
So I have put a bit of a spin on this one. I want to put a spin on it because I want to open up your mind for when you question. I don't want us to just have random stuff.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we can do random stuff if that's kind of what your flavor is this week or of the week. But this week it's blind rank items you'd like to find in your pocket.
I like that. I like having a category. Yeah, that's nice. That's nice. We get you. It keeps me in a section. I don't have to leave.
No,
I won't get confused.
The only thing you have to think of is how you'd react if you went into your pocket and pulled this out.
Yeah, I'm not a stray dog. I'm in a kennel.
Exactly. Bingo. Yeah.
I'm not going anywhere.
No, you're not.
I'm gonna figure it out.
And I'd say I don't know if there's a right way to. There's an obvious one.
Yep.
I haven't hooped you into an obvious 5, but anyways, we'll get into it.
Okay. All right.
Number 1, just a cross, like of Christ.
Oh.
Like Christ on just a mini version of a cross.
Just a little cross, not on a necklace.
No, just a cross.
Just a cross that I find in my pocket.
It's in your pocket, yeah.
Word. That's an interesting one. I don't know. It's all right. It's not me though. It's just not. It's just not. It's just not me. It's not.
Do you think there might be a sign though?
If I took it out of my pocket,
because you didn't put it there.
If I found it in my pocket, it would ring some alarm bells.
Would you say, "Hey, these probably aren't my pants"?
I would either do that, or if I look and see I have my Lulus on, I'm pulling that out of my pocket, and I'm going like this.
And then it starts raining.
And if it starts to rain,
at that moment,
in that moment, Lord knows what I'm gonna do. Yeah. So that's interesting. When I think about it that way, I'm gonna put it. I think I have to play this one. I have to play this one safe. I think I have to go at I'm between a 2 and a 3 right now because when I think about that, it kind of gets me a little bit giddy, and I want to put it at 2. But I think I think I have to put it at 3. I'm gonna put it at 3.
We'll go 3 with that one.
3 with the cross.
Let me just jot that down for you.
Yeah, just note that one down.
God, I hate these pens that I gotta twist and I can't just click.
The twist pens are the worst. Probably the worst in the game.
Pen.
You've got the stylus pen.
It's all about him though. That's the problem. This pen just thinks it's all about him.
Yeah, he thinks he's the shit, and he thinks he's cool because he has the stylus on the other end.
Yeah,
who's gonna use that on their phone? Do? I think it's for your phone.
No, really?
I think you can touch it acts as your finger.
Hey, guess what? Only assholes use that for their phone.
Hey, guess what? Imagine you had a phone that has a pop-out stylus that you just. My aunt has one of those.
You would never use it.
The worst, and she admits she never uses it.
Of course. Why would you ever use that?
What?
That sounds like a feature from 2013
yeah, that's
when
so
they're
outdated.
oh, we're gonna revolutionize the phone game. You don't have to use your fingers.
Nintendo DS.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Welcome to 2008,
Wario?
pal. Okay. Yeah. Next, I'm gonna go the script to the next Batman movie.
Oh.
Because I heard you talking about the Penguin.
Now, first of all, that's got to be a pretty. How do I find that in my pocket? Is that rolled up?
It's in your pocket. I don't know how these things got here. This is just the list that my team put together and gave to me.
I look. Oh, that would be nuts. I'd go. Is that my hog? And I'd be, no, that's not. That's something else. And I'd pull that out. That That would be nuts because I am such a Batman fanatic.
I know.
That's me.
This was tailor made for you right here.
I go from the first thing being that's not me at all to now, okay, I'm in my element now.
The question is, do you want to see the script and read the script before the movie?
Well,
before you see the movie.
Here's the thing about me is my reading, I can read things, but like I have a terrible imagination when I read things.
Okay, yeah.
So I can't
probably fall into the same category.
I couldn't be like a producer or like a director because I don't have that vision
to come to life.
Yeah, I can't. If I wish,
unless you were decorating a wall
unless
pictures.
it was a screenplay on how to dress your wall up, like the Batman movies.
Yeah, okay.
I would be fantastic at that. But we're not talking about walls. We're talking about an actual theatrical masterpiece, and it's a lot of responsibility. I'm gonna. Oh man, but I could. So it's already been written. Did Christopher Nolan? Is he? You know, what role do I play in this now?
I don't know how you have it.
I have to ask myself.
You got to ask your pocket.
In this scenario, I don't know if is this my responsibility now? Do I have to go forward? Can I sell this script? Can I make a?
So let's put it this way: the script. This is like the eventual final script, but he might just not have it yet.
Or
it's kind of like a time travel full circle situation.
I see.
I'm making that up. I didn't think that as I was doing it, but now that we're talking it out, that's
so. In that case, what I would probably do, I'd probably like frame it.
Okay.
And I would just like keep it as like memorabilia.
Yeah.
And then I would probably read through it once and then keep it. So I would say
be like, holy shit, this was actually the script.
That's crazy. This was like the first ever one.
Yeah.
Probably. So I'm gonna put that at 2. That would be pretty nuts.
2 for the Batman script. Okay. Number 3, a bag of open Cheez-Its.
Cheez-Its? Dude, Cheez-Its blow, man. Cheez-Its suck.
Yeah, that's wrong.
They're so dry, man.
They are dry and salty.
I love
Cheez-Its.
Yeah, you love anything dry and salty, man.
Yep.
And I love everything wet and sweet. I'm the complete opposite.
Sounds
give
really
me like
good.
A juicy muffin. And you're like, give me a dry fucking pretzel.
I don't like pretzels. That's kind of the thing. I don't love pretzels. But give me a sleeve of those saltine soup crackers. I'll crush that in 45 seconds.
The only time I'm eating saltine crackers is when I'm crumbling them up into my soup.
I know.
And so you just get little chunks.
They are very good in your soup too, though, to be fair.
Little chunks of bread and salt in your soup. I would say I'm gonna put this. This is this should be an easy 5 for me.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? I'm gonna go. I did tell you before that if it's something I dislike, you should put it at a very low or at 5. And I need to be true to myself, and I need to say I think I have to put that at 5.
Okay, that's probably the right decision.
Because they suck, man. They don't even taste like cheese. They're dry. They're just terrible.
Fuck, this fucking pen's not working. This guy, I tell him he's the star of the show, and
try
now
using
all of a sudden he's quitting on me.
Try using the stylus. Might surprise you.
No, it didn't work. Fuck this guy. This guy's fired.
That's fine. We'll just memory.
We'll remember. I was really trying to bait you into number 1 with that script to the Batman. I thought I could get you. I wasn't going to.
No.
Brad Pitt's wallet.
Brad Pitt's wallet in my pocket. God, this would be such a thing to happen on a Friday afternoon.
Yeah, I know. I know.
You're done at work and you're feeling good. You're like, oh, I can't wait to eat out or something tonight. And then you find Brad Pitt's fat wallet in your pants.
Because you open it and you're like, well, this isn't my wallet.
This is
whose is it?
This is BP.
And then you see the ID and you're like, what?
What BP?
And you start looking around like, hang on.
I look around, what the hell is going on? Who planted this? And that's got to be a great feeling. I'm a big BP fan. I've seen a lot of his films. Big fan of his work. To have his wallet would be an honor. It feels like I'm accepting an award from him. I'd like to thank my family for this. Brad Pitt's wallet, like I always wanted this. I worked so hard to get this. Any specifics in there that you want to mention, or just whatever comes to mind?
Whatever Brad Pitt has in his wallet right now is what you.
Yeah, and I'm good friends with BP. I know he has some interesting things in his wallet.
His credit card.
Yeah, that's one. I think it's a Chase Bank. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, well, platinum, but yeah,
he's got platinum.
He's got
platinum.
that black card.
Platinum, yeah. And I don't think he even pays for it. They just gave it to him.
I think he's got a picture of who was he married to before? Oh, Jennifer Aniston. He's got one tucked away.
Oh, Jennifer. Oh, wow. I thought you were gonna say Angelina Jolie. That was the one that everyone remembers. I can't believe we remembered Aniston. I think Aniston was before Jolie.
Well, but I mean, I know you know him, but like him and I are tight, so that's why like I know he's got that in his.
Yeah, but you're not as tight as us, man.
Yeah, you didn't even know that Jennifer Aniston was in his wallet.
No. He doesn't even mention her anymore. That's like that's like fool's gold, man.
To you, he doesn't. He doesn't.
That's like such a weird thing to think of because he doesn't talk about her at all, man.
Yeah, but he just looks at her every day in his wallet.
No, he doesn't. I don't even think that's in there anymore. I think he's got a lot of interesting stuff. He keeps some Monopoly money in there, which is kind of weird. Right. It's kind of weird that he does that.
He has like a $15 Dunkin' Donuts gift card too, which is like,
it was so
where
weird.
would he even get a $15 gift card?
And he tries to like bait people with the Monopoly money and stuff too. And he like tries to pay for his
so
coffee
Brad
with
Pitt
it.
though.
It's so him.
So
it's
BP.
So BP, man. It's so BP. He'll go buy in a coffee and he'll try and give them the Monopoly money and he'll look away like this and smile. Yeah. And they'll be like, sir, we can't accept this. And he goes, oh.
And then he's like, I know.
I almost got you. And then he'll.
That one time he went to Macy's though, it worked.
Yeah, well, she was an idiot.
Yeah, well.
I think it was her first day on the job.
Well, and she couldn't stop looking at his eyes.
She could. Yeah, it's hard. When you look in his eyes, it's hard to get out.
Yeah,
I'll tell you that. First time I did that, it was a bit of a weird experience, but we're friends.
Yeah,
we're friends.
Still friends after that. So didn't.
I'm gonna put that. So I have the 1 slot and the 4 slot. Correct?
Yeah.
I don't think you put anything better than that. So I'm gonna put that at 1 because I love my BP.
Yeah. And number 4 slot for you today is just 1 AA battery. So that was I think you nailed that list personally.
Dude, that's fantastic. I think if I were to pick it, that's tough. If I were to pick it,
1 AA battery. Careful now.
That's tough. I would have picked it very similar if I got to just pick it by looking at it.
Yeah.
I'm happy with that.
That was a good
round.
By you.
We haven't really had a bad round yet.
Not yet.
We've tried baiting each other a little bit, but we're seeing through each other here
with these baits, but I don't want to like pepper like 4 bad things. You know what I mean?
No.
Or like 4 good things.
And I also like keeping it to categories. Relative genre, if you will.
Yeah. So I just figured like kicking that off might spark something in you.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. We're keeping it clean, keeping it classy. We're new. We're a new era. Look at our fucking wall.
I feel
refreshed. It looks like a professional made this. we're just
and we did that in 30 seconds in your brain, and it was
and we good. Just ball pointed the needle or the nail.
Yeah, there you go.
That was great. I like that. Oh God, I miss BP. I'm gonna have to message him after this.
Yeah. Well, he's coming over. He's coming up for drinks on Saturday.
Yeah.
Right? So that's good.
Yeah. Well, I'll just see where he's at. He usually cancels.
He does. That is.
He's very prone to canceling.
He does do that quite often. But
he's Mr. Busy
body. We always
got Ryan.
Yeah. He's always
there, man. He's so old reliable, you know.
Yeah. And I can't wait to get on Barstool one day too. That's good.
Oh, did you go to the Barstool bar in Chicago?
We did go to Barstool.
That's
bar
pretty
in
cool.
Chicago, yeah.
I like watching the flickering. What do you call that? That flickering panel?
Yeah.
Like the classic
like
airport panel?
Yeah.
That like shows like your flights and it flips over to show like.
Yeah, I love that. I don't know what you would call that though.
Don't know. I'll have to make up a name for it.
I don't know how they do that. Also,
because it's like
it's not a
seems
screen.
Like it's an infinite number of like different things per panel.
Yeah,
which is kind of wild. I don't know.
But it looks like it would just be like at most like a 3-sided panel.
Yeah, you would think
at most.
But I swear it had more than 3 things per panel.
No, 100%, 100%.
Yeah.
But I like just the eye test tells me there's not 26 letters on per panel. There's no chance.
They're deceiving me.
Yeah, someone's got something cooking up there.
But that was a pretty cool restaurant or a bar, I guess.
Yeah.
Did you go in the night?
Live music
it was
too.
Like,
oh,
they had live music when you went?
Yeah.
They didn't have it when I went. Ridiculous.
Well, I made a call, but
yeah, you made a call. Yeah, you made it. You're always making calls. You're always making calls. You always know the right person. God, I hate that about you. Well, I think we're gonna wrap it up for today.
We're already at an hour. Nice.
Yeah, we're already at our.
I was getting ready to dig into another subject.
Well, we got some meat for next time. We gotta do.
We'll talk about this. We'll talk about this water bottle one day.
Water bottle. The water bottle is to be continued. We'll bring.
We should just tease this at the end of every episode.
We should tease it. Yeah, it's coming up next. Don't worry.
Because I feel like we did this at the end of last one, didn't we? Or did I just say that off camera?
I mean, you might have brought it up briefly in like episode 1 or 2, but I don't know.
I think we should just end every time with like.
You're itching to talk about it. I'm itching to talk about it because we love our water bottles. But we'll bring it up next.
We'll bring that next time.
We'll bring it up next time.
We'll bring that next time.
All right. We'll catch you on the flippity. Ciao.
Good show.